Hey everyone, welcome back. If you saw our last update about the SNAP appeal, you remember how things were looking uncertain, court rulings, appeals, and a lot of anxiety about whether families would actually receive their full food stamp benefits this month. Well, as of today, there's been a major shift. The Trump administration has announced that it will fully fund Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program benefits. That's SNAP for November. After weeks of legal battles and public pressure, the USDA confirmed that it's processing full payments for all states. Now, this doesn't mean the shutdown is over. Far from it. But for the more than 42 million Americans who rely on SNAP to buy groceries, this decision is a big sigh of relief. So let's go over what's happening, which states have already paid out, and what this means going forward, especially if you're still waiting to see your benefits hit your EBT card.u. For a little context, this government shutdown has now stretched into its second month, making it the longest in US history. The reason it's dragged on is that Congress hasn't been able to pass a budget. Democrats want to extend healthcare tax credits and undo Medicaid cuts, while Republicans, led by the Trump administration, have pushed back, calling for fiscal restraint and offsetting any new spending. Caught in the middle of that political fight is SNAP, the nation's largest food aid program, serving 1 in every 8 Americans. When funding ran out in October, the USDA said there wasn't enough money to continue full benefits for November. That sparked panic, lawsuits, and protests all over the country. At first, the administration said it could only afford to pay about 65% of normal benefits using contingency funds. But after federal judges in Rhode Island and Massachusetts ruled that the administration had the legal obligation to continue full payments, and after strong backlash from advocacy groups and states, the USDA reversed course. Now here's the turning point. Following the court order, the administration sent a memo to all states confirming it would comply and start releasing full benefit amounts immediately. The memo, written by Deputy Undersecretary Patrick Pinn, said the USDA was completing the process to make full November funding available. At the same time, the Department of Justice appealed the ruling, saying the court went beyond its authority. But while that legal fight plays out, the USDA said it wouldn't hold up payments any longer, a move that for now ensures millions of families won't be left without food support. So, what does this mean for you right now? As of today, several states have confirmed they've already paid out November SNAP benefits in full. Those include Alaska, California, Illinois, Louisiana, Nevada, Oregon, Vermont, and Wisconsin. If you live in one of those states, you should be seeing your regular amount on your EBT card. Other states like Massachusetts and North Carolina have said benefits will be paid later this week or next. It just depends on how fast each state can process the updated payment files. Since SNAP is federally funded but administered by each state, the rollout isn't perfectly synchronized. Some state systems are fast, others take a few days. So if your benefits haven't arrived yet, you can check your balance online, call the number on the back of your EBT card, or visit your state's Department of Human Services website for updates. Now, I want to touch on what this means beyond just this month. The administration says it's still appealing the judge's ruling, basically arguing the courts can't force the executive branch to spend money that Congress hasn't officially appropriated. That's a constitutional issue. But in the meantime, they are following the order to get full payments out. Justice Department lawyers called the ruling a mockery of the separation of powers, saying it forced USDA to take money from other nutrition programs, like child school lunches, to fund SNAP. But advocates and many state leaders argue that the moral and human cost of delay is far worse. Judge McConnell, who issued the original order, wrote that delaying or reducing benefits would cause irreparable harm and that people will go hungry, food pantries will be overburdened, and needless suffering will occur. For millions of families who've already spent weeks unsure if they could buy groceries, That's not just legal talk. That's their reality. Food banks across the country have been feeling the strain too. Some states reported record-level demand in late October and early November as families waited for benefits. In places like California, food banks were bracing for a surge. And now that benefits are back, many are still catching up from that gap. Advocacy groups say this crisis shows just how fragile the system is when politics delay essential services. One said something that really stood out. It shouldn't take a court order to force our president to provide essential nutrition that Congress has made clear needs to be provided. There are also new legislative efforts to prevent this kind of disruption in the future. Senator Josh Hawley has proposed the Keep Funded 5 Act, which would automatically authorize emergency funding if Congress fails to act during shutdown. His message was simple: needy families shouldn't go hungry because politicians can't agree. Still, as of now, there's no deal to reopen the government, and that means uncertainty could return again when December arrives. So, what should you expect going forward? If you've received your November benefits, that's great news. Keep in mind, the current payments were made under court order, not a long-term funding bill. So, if Congress doesn't pass a budget soon, this could all repeat next month. Some financial experts are warning that December benefits could again depend on stopgap measures or more legal action, and a few states are already preparing backup plans just in case. This situation also highlights how dependent programs like SNAP are on state technology and resources. Some state agencies still rely on outdated computer systems, which makes rapid adjustments difficult. Others, like California, have more modern systems that can adapt quickly, which is why those benefits arrive faster. But let's be clear, the real issue here isn't technology or even bureaucracy. It's about people, families, kids, and seniors who spent weeks not knowing if they'd have enough to eat. Food should never be a political bargaining chip. Whether you agree with the administration's legal argument or not, it's hard to deny that hunger shouldn't depend on a court ruling. So yeah, this latest move, fully funding November SNAP benefits, is a relief for now, but it's not a resolution. The appeal continues, the shutdown continues, and the uncertainty continues. If you're in a state that hasn't paid out yet, keep checking your EBT card or your state's update page. Once funds are processed, the deposits should appear automatically without any action needed on your part. Thanks as always for watching and staying informed. I know how stressful this has been for a lot of you. If you've already received your benefits, feel free to comment below with your state. That really helps others know what's happening across the country. And if you haven't yet, hang in there. Payments are on the way, it's just taking a bit longer in some places. Make sure to just pausing for a moment to share something important with you. We've partnered with Chapter, a service we feel confident recommending for clear, honest Medicare help. They'll connect you with a licensed advisor, compare every Medicare plan in your area, and help you save money. Most people save around $1,100 a year. It's free, and their care advocate team is there to support you even after you're signed up. Call 615-639-1937 or visit askchapter.org/money using the link in the comments below. Subscribe if you want updates on payments or if anything changes with the December funding. Until then.